My name is Bria Simone. Welcome or welcome back. I'm just going to talk to you guys about how I lost 60 pounds doing Tae Bo. So I ended up gaining a lot of weight, and I was like, let me just go back to my roots. So I know that a lot of us can relate to seeing our mothers doing Tae Bo and working out to Billy Blanks in their living room. So in middle school, I decided, I was like, why not join her? So I did, and I actually ended up losing weight in middle school while doing it. I ended up being really consistent, and me and my mom would just work out after school. Fast forward to 2022, I did gain a lot of weight, and this was due to depression and anxiety. I was just comforted by my bed and my food. I was eating real good, y'all. Too good. 2024, I ended up weighing 195, and I'm only 5'3". So I'm 5'3", almost 200 pounds, and I felt all of it. I felt very heavy, lack of energy. I didn't have any energy to do anything. Because I wasn't doing anything. I was not working out at all on top of just eating whatever. So yeah.
It's, me always finding comfort in food, and yeah, I'm tired of it, and I've gained too much weight, and I just want my life to change.
That was the biggest I have ever gotten, but what's crazy is now I am the smallest I have ever been in my adult life, now weighing 132 pounds. I will say though, the last 10 pounds was by accident. I didn't plan on losing another 10 pounds, but we'll get to that later on. First, want to say shout out to God. All glory to him, because he did save me from depression and anxiety, and he got me up out that bed and gave me the energy to even be this consistent, for one, because consistency is something that I really struggle with. By his strength and his help, I'm here now weighing 132 pounds. So glory to him. My testimony video should be out, so it will be linked below, but also it'll probably pop up on the screen in the corner. Y'all should definitely check that out. But yeah, I just had to give credit where it's due, because I would not be here without him. Let's really get into it. My workout plan. I was doing Tae Bo consistently for about 6 months. I started from January, and then I stopped in July.
So I did not lose all 60 pounds in 6 months. And I also didn't completely just stop doing Tae Bo. I just decreased the amount of times that I would work out per week, because I had lost 45 pounds at this point, and I wanted to slow it down.
I know I wanted to lose this weight fast, because I was like, this has been going on for years, way too long. Enough is enough. I want this weight off now. I started off doing 30 minutes 3 times a week. I need to work my way up to completing the whole DVD. That was like 2 weeks, and then eventually I was able to start doing the whole 50 minutes for 3 times a week. After a month or so, I was doing almost an hour of cardio 4 times a week. The specific DVD that I use is available on Amazon. We all know, or at least heard of, the 80-20 rule. The 20% is the workout, but the 80%, which is most of it, is in the kitchen, is what you eat. Doing Tae Bo paired with a calorie deficit, that's it. That is the game changer. That's really what did it. I lost 30 pounds within 3 months. So I was losing 10 pounds every month
For the first 3 months. But after April, it took me 3 months to lose another 15 pounds, which was in July. The rest of the 15 pounds was very gradual, especially the last 10. I didn't lose that until December.
That might not be everybody, okay? Because everybody's metabolism is different. But I'm telling y'all, Tae Bo is very intense. Like, that's an intense cardio, period. Like, do not underestimate Billy Blanks, y'all. But the calorie deficit, I literally just Googled a calorie calculator, and I just chose whichever one, or one of the first ones that popped up, and I believe that was calculator.net. You put in your height, your weight, your age, and how many times a week you plan on working out. So I chose the intense workout 3 to 4 times a week, because again, Tae Bo is intense cardio. Then I also did the extreme weight loss, 2 pounds. Now you don't have to do that. You can, gradually lose the weight. You can choose whichever pace you want to go. But like I said, I wasn't playing no games, because all I was doing was playing. So I was like, enough of that. According to my age and my height and weight and stuff, that was 1,462 calories. When you lose like 5 to 10 pounds, the calories decreases. So make sure you go back every time you lose weight. You have to like keep up with how many calories you're supposed to be eating. What did I eat? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Now this is where it gets it was nothing special for real, y'all. Like, especially when I first started, I did not meal prep. I went into this, even though I know I wanted to lose the weight pretty quickly, I didn't go into the year like new me, new body, New Year's resolution. Like, I was like, no, this is for life. I'm not going back. So I will say with the food, that was gradual. For one, I worked with what I had.
I'll do the best I can with what I got.
If I was eating a sandwich that day, I would just count the calories of the bread, of the mayo, and the honey mustard, the pickles, whatever, all that I used on the sandwich. And I counted using my calculator on my phone. I did not use a food scale either. I know people don't recommend that, but I mean, evidently it worked. Then I would just eat, you know, some chicken breast. I would literally Google how many calories is a baked chicken breast or however you cook it. I would count the calories of the oil I use. Eventually started implementing more healthier, balanced meals. I did fall into the salmon trap. Because for the life of me, I didn't understand why everybody and their mama just love salmon. I'm like, okay, I don't get it. Now I do. I understand. Because first of all, salmon has a lot of protein, but also low in calories. I mean, that off rip. And it's so flavorful and good. It's just good. One of my favorite meals was salmon, brown rice with some black beans, and some green beans on the side, garlic bread every now and then. Then I would drizzle the salmon and my rice with some teriyaki, low sodium. Sometimes I may do a little yum yum sauce, you know. Oh, but when I found out dumplings, the frozen dumplings, y'all, 5 dumplings for like 175 calories or something like that. And I was like, if you eat those paired with that meal, first of all, it's so good, but it fills you up. I thought dumplings was going to be a lot more than that. That was great. Like, that was my favorite meal, hands down. It's hard at first, but like once you start to realize foods can be filling and you don't have to eat so much, you know, it's just all about what you choose to eat. More protein dense, but more protein, make sure you add more fiber because you do not want to be backed up. Okay, of course you can do like a chicken shrimp salad. I would do a Cobb salad. That was one of my favorite salads to make. Some boiled eggs. I would put some red pepper in there, black beans, you know, and just count all of those calories. Start with what you have. I hope this is encouragement. You know, I know it's not the most organized with my meals and giving you the rundown on how many calories each meal. I don't know. That could be a separate video if y'all would like, because I do want to take y'all along with me on trying to gain these 5 pounds back, because like I said, the last 10 was by accident. Now, this might not be an issue for everybody, but for me, I'm having a hard time actually eating all the calories that I need to eat to maintain weight. So I just kept losing it. And I was still doing Tae Bo, and I had to like decrease. I kind of actually just stopped doing Tae Bo altogether because I was like, okay, I don't need to lose no more weight. My body and mentally, I got so used to just eating within a calorie deficit that I literally have to be more intentional with planning what I eat and when throughout the day. Like, I have to be organized with that, or I will not get all of my meals in. And you don't want to like try to cram in all the food, you know. Now I have to count my protein intake because I want to lift weights and stuff, and that's another transition. And I will say, if you can implement lifting weights, feel like calorie deficit, lifting weights, and Tae Bo, that will have you right. But me, I had to just focus on one thing. I'm already counting calories, okay? I'm just doing Tae Bo for now, and that's it. And if that's what you need to do to get it going, then that's okay too. Something to keep in mind and just to warn you about, from Tae Bo to lifting weights and stuff might be a bit difficult, because I know I'm struggling with that. Hopefully I mentioned everything in this video, because I did already record this, so I might be thinking that I mentioned something already. I don't know. But if y'all have any questions for me, make sure to comment down below and I will make sure to respond and reply to y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.